Hey everyone, Mr. T here with the conclusion to Prince Caspian. Well, almost conclusion. We have just a couple of chapters left, so I thought I'd do a quick review of the last part that we read, and then read a little bit for today. And I'll keep uploading the videos until we finish the book, and who knows what will happen after that. But I at least wanted to finish Prince Caspian since we were so close. The last thing that we read, Nick-a-Brick and the Hag, and let's see, who else? The werewolf. Were all in a fight with Caspian and High King Peter, Edmund, Lucy, Susan, and Truffle Hunter. And that had just ended with Nick-a-Brick no longer being alive, as well as the Hag and the werewolf. And King Peter was letting Caspian know that he is there not to take over, but to make sure that Caspian is made king. And so that's kind of where we left off, and we'll just continue from there. "Your Majesty," said another voice at Peter's elbow. He turned and found himself face to face with the badger. Peter leaned forward, put his arms round the beast, and kissed the furry head. It wasn't a girlish thing for him to do, because he was the High King. "Best of badgers," he said. "You never doubted us all through." "Well, no credit to me, Your Majesty," said Truffle Hunter. "I'm a beast, and we don't change. I'm a badger, what's more, and we hold on." "I'm sorry for Nick-a-Brick," said Caspian. "Though he hated me from the first moment he saw me, he had gone sour inside from long suffering and hating. If we had won quickly, he might have become a good dwarf in the days of peace. I don't know which of us killed him. I'm glad of that." "You're bleeding," said Peter. "Yes, I'm bitten," said Caspian. "It was that wolf thing." Cleaning and bandaging the wound took a long time, and it was done. Trumpkin said, "Now, before everything else, we want some breakfast." "But not here," said Peter. "No," said Caspian with a shudder, "and we must send someone to take away the bodies." "Let the vermin be flung into a pit," said Peter. "But the dwarf we will give to his people to be buried in their own fashion." They breakfasted at last in another of the dark cellars of Aslan's Howe. It was not such a breakfast as they would have chosen, for Caspian and Cornelius were thinking of venison pasties, and Peter and Edmund of buttered eggs and hot coffee. But when everyone got was a little bit of cold bear meat out of the boys' pockets, a lump of hard cheese, an onion, and a mug of water. But from the way they fell to, anyone would have supposed it was delicious. Chapter 13, The High King in Command. And there's the picture for chapter 13. "Now," said Peter, as they finished their meal, "Aslan and the girls," that's Queen Susan and Queen Lucy, Caspian, "are somewhere close. We don't know when he will act. In his time, no doubt, not ours. In the meantime, he would like us to do what we can on our own. You say, Caspian, we are not strong enough to meet Miraz in pitched battle." "I'm afraid not, High King," said Caspian. He was liking Peter very much, but was rather tongue-tied. It was much stranger for him to meet the great kings out of the old stories than it was for them to meet him. "Very well, then," said Peter. "I'll send him a challenge to a single combat. No one had thought of this before." "Please," said Caspian. "Could it not be me? I want to avenge my father." "You're wounded," said Peter. "And anyway, wouldn't he just laugh at a challenge from you? I mean, we have seen that you are a king and a warrior, but he thinks of you as a kid." "But sire," said the badger, who sat very close to Peter and never took his eyes off him, "will he accept a challenge even from you? He knows he has the stronger army." "Very likely he won't," said Peter. "But there's always the chance. And even if he doesn't, we shall spend the best part of the days sending heralds to and fro and all that. By then Aslan may have done something, and at least I can inspect the army and strengthen the position. I will send the challenge. In fact, I will write it at once. Have you pen and ink, Master Doctor?" "Scholar is never without them, Your Majesty." answered Dr. Cornelius. Very well, I will dictate, said Peter. And while the doctor spread out a parchment and closed his inkhorn and sharpened his pen, Peter leant back with half-closed eyes and recalled to his mind the language in which he had written such things long ago in Narnia's golden age. Right, he said at last. And now, if you are ready, Doctor,